I have put on my concealer. I've put on my foundation. Now I am lining my eyes, you all. Yeah. It just seems like every time I start getting busy and doing something for myself, somebody interrupt me. Or while I'm doing for them, it's all good. Don't interrupt me when I'm busy. Trying to have me some me time. Today is Friday. I said I was gonna do I wasn't gonna do too much today. I was gonna rest. Said that last night. But I was gonna take time for myself, y'all. Take time for myself and maybe do a couple videos. And maybe some of y'all will decide to support me with some of the content that I do. But I wanted to do me a facial because I hadn't done any makeup, I think, but maybe this might make the second time, I believe, since I've been here. Back home. Since I've been back home. And then when I go back to my home, you know, a lot of this wouldn't be in my schedule. So right now, since I've been busy and it's been only me to get this done, y'all, your girl trying to find some me time now. Don't plan on going anywhere. And I do mean don't plan on going anywhere. I've been busy and on the go, going to appointments and stuff. And, you know, fast as I do something, somebody go behind me and redo it or move it or whatever the case may be. I'm not finna overwork myself by just doing some of the same stuff or saying some of the same stuff to the same people. So, to keep myself sane, I just got to move on, y'all. I got to move on. Can't let nothing hold me back. No, I can't do that. Can't let nothing hold me back, y'all. It's been too much already been on my plate and holding me down and me holding on to things and responsibilities that has nothing to do with me. Not gonna overwork myself and stress myself out while everybody else get to prosper and have while I keep myself down with nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Some things that can be done, do it. Simple as that. When I was in those same shoes, that's what I had to do. Regardless of whether I can do it or not, I had to make effort and do it. While everybody else ran away and had fun and traveled and did everything they wanted to do, I was home dealing with health. They was able to get out and go to work and make money, you know. I was sitting out, you know what I'm saying, unable to get anything coming in, asking for help. Everybody was shooing me away. People weren't answering their phones. They didn't want to have nothing to do with me. And I accepted that. And now that God blessed me to have my ability to be able to continue, you know, being able to gradually prosper Because that's what I'm doing, gradually prospering. Yeah, I'm gradually prospering, y'all. And what I get is nowhere near compared to what nobody else gets. Trust me. And I find that people be trying to be competitive with me for what? I don't have shit. Only because I continue trying and continue trying to succeed at what I do. You know, even if I don't even be acknowledged or recognized for it, I keep trying. And the ones that basically sit back and just call a lot of shots and don't never come forward to do anything, those be the ones that's actually prospering. But I'm not gonna let that bother me. I'll be that penny. While everybody else be dollars and quarters and $100 bills and, you know, etc. I'll be that penny. What if somebody called me a penny pig or some pig penny or some shit, whatever the fuck it was. I ain't never heard of the shit before. But I haven't done any more than what anybody else done on this internet, which is ask for some kind of help. You said, you know, I was told that if you ask, you shall succeed. You know what I'm saying? Which I decided to ask. I wasn't out taking it from anybody. I decided to ask. You know, bless your girl. Help me. You know what I'm saying? Help support me so I can get, you know, more content, you know, established. So I can have something in life. But it seems like the one that really, really need y'all, the ones that really need, we don't get acknowledged for nothing. And everything that you get, a lot of times somebody else take credit for. Yeah, they take credit for it some kind of way. Some kind of way they take credit for it, y'all. And I'm like, shit, why keep taking from me when I don't have? When everybody else got plenty, they not studying about getting from them. They try to get the one from the one that don't have nothing. Just trying to come up. I try to figure out other ways to motivate myself. I try to find ways to, you know, do things that I like, you know. And most of all, no matter what it is, I don't have support. They do not support me for some apparent reason. I don't know if it's somebody that's trying to cut my blessings that's in the way. You know, I really don't know. But I have a feeling that it is, though. I have a feeling that it is. Somebody's trying to knock whatever it is that I do. And they be all in my face acting like they all for me when they ain't trying to put a dime in my pocket. Not even a penny. They ain't trying to put nothing in my pocket. But they act like they all for me. You don't support nothing that I do, don't bring your ass in my perimeter, okay? Don't bring your ass in my perimeter. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'ma just treat you, I can be cordial, but I'm gonna feed your ass out a long handle spoon. I'm tired of motherfuckers lying. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. I've been realizing that people been trying to confuse me, trying to, you know, play games with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for all that. I really don't. Don't play in my face, because I ain't got time. And because I won't let you use me no more or run all over me anymore, now it's a problem? No. So I'm going to take this time. I don't care how long it takes, but I'm going to take this time and do this video. And as long as I done bathed and everything, y'all forgive the little, you know, in the house clothes. Like I said, I ain't planning on going nowhere. But I was going to do me a facial today. So in case if I do decide to take a couple of pictures or do a video or something, then, you know, I have my face made up, you know. Like I said, I've been busy all week. I ain't been wearing no makeup, no eyeliner, no nothing. Just plain Jane. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm just like taken back by the people that claim to really care about me, and like they, you know, want me to succeed and stuff. But yet they're not being supportive to try to put a penny in my pocket. Knowing I don't get no food stamps, knowing I don't get, you know what I'm saying, no type of welfare, none of that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking those that do. I'm just saying I don't receive that. I don't have a 9 to 5 or 12 to 12 or 10 to 10 or 5 to 5, whatever you want to call that. I don't have all that. So therefore, I'm starting from the bottom. And then on top of that, I'm trying to help be supportive, not only to take care of myself, to get myself back to help being a healthy state, but I'm actually trying to help take care of my brother that has bone cancer. You know what I'm saying? That's undergoing treatment and transfusions and stuff that need, you know, the reason why I'm back home now to help take care of him. You know, to nurse him back to health. He has a disabled wife, which is, she has multiple sclerosis. She got an autistic son. He's about 30 or 31 years old, whatever the age is. Then I have my almost 80-year-old mother. And everybody else in my family, I understand they got jobs and everything, and they got to maintain a living. But at the same time, how can I go get a job when I got to keep my eyes on multiple people? And then I got my own little pets that kind of help me, you know, with my sanity. You know what I'm saying? I have to take care of them, you know what I'm saying? Because when nobody else was around, they was my support system. They was keeping me happy. They was, you know, motivating me to want to, you know, get out and do more. You know what I'm saying? But it's only so much one person can do, y'all. So with that being said, I'm having to, you know, like I said, get on here and do videos, find some kind of way to create some kind of content, you know. And yeah, I definitely want to be able to get back into the hair industry. I got my study material with me, but I got to find time to study, y'all. I have to find time to study. And then it seemed like when one person attempt to call me about something, it's like they be trying to compete with each other or something. I don't know. It seems like they be trying to compete. One don't call me until I start doing something for the other one. Then the other start calling me. Then before I know it, I got to start trying to peep and see what mama doing, because, you know, her mind going to come. She got dementia, Alzheimer's or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of keep an eye on her. You know, then I got to try to keep myself right. And I don't even have my own medication because I didn't have the funds to get it. And when I was asking for help to get my medicine before I left Alabama, you know what I'm saying, I'm back home where I was born and raised. Well, I was born here in Detroit, Michigan, but I was raised in Alabama. But I had to end up, you know, contacting the pharmacist and all that, you know, trying to pay for my medication to get them to ship it up here, this, that, and the other. But they weren't trying to give me the money to do it. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. So if I crash the fuck out, I just crash the fuck out. You know, at least I know that I tried. I asked, and they didn't want to help me. And they laugh and talk in my face, and then they be against me. You know what I'm saying? All at the same time. I just don't have time for people that try to play games with me like that. I don't have time. That's the reason why I'm single, because I ain't got time for no man they're gonna play in my face. But those kind of guys, I don't call men. I call them boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I call them boys. But, you know, and I can't make nobody love me, but trust and believe they have used me, and used me for everything that I had in some sort, even my body. You know, they used me to a sense, but yet they didn't want to be with me. They didn't want to marry me. They didn't want me. They was too busy running around playing a game on somebody else. And then once they seen that they was trying to come back in my life and they couldn't make no food of me no more, then that's when shit got real. But I've been single for some years, and I love being single because I don't have to answer to nobody with that bullshit shenanigan stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time. You know, when I tried to be with a person, that one and one only. However, when I was being with that only person that was in my life, they would run around playing games with everybody else and sleeping with everybody else, making babies with everybody else. So, you know, I worked and focused on me, y'all. I worked and focused on me. And I said I was not going to, let that dictate who I am. They kept trying to break me. They've been trying to break me for a long time. I had women and men to try to break me. It wasn't like no women that I was sleeping with or nothing like that. It was the fact that they was trying to find ways of knowing what my weakness was, and they would prey on that and use that against me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they would use that as against me as a weapon. So if they knew something really bothered me, they nitpicked and nitpicked and nitpicked until they tried to find that spot. And when they found that spot, they nitpicked until I snapped. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not going to let people get me to that point no more. And that's why I step away, focus on me, get me some me time. But when I do that, they still treat me different. Like, they still treat me funny. But I'm not no people-pleasing person no more. I really don't give a fuck no more. I don't. I only give a fuck to a certain extent. I don't give a fuck. Because when I cared, they played over me. And when I didn't care, you know what I'm saying, they seemed like they act like they was all for me, but they really weren't for me then either, y'all. They were just there to get what they wanted. Whatever the case may be. It could have been something materialistic, you know what I'm saying? It could have been trying to ruin my reputation. It could have been anything, It could have been just to say they had somebody to walk on the side of them, such as myself, you know what I'm saying? Since I'm, somewhat known or well known or popular or whatever. But being popular and well known and a bitch still broke. They ain't trying to put nothing in my goddamn pocket. That's why I cut motherfuckers off. If they're not supportive of nothing that I'm trying to do, like I can be trying to get a cookbook established. I can be trying to put stuff out there. But at the same time, if you as a man want to be in my life, then you have to come to the table and help do something. You have to be supportive of me. Make me a priority. But if you're not trying to make me my priority, fuck you. I done dealt with all that bullshit by myself for a long time. And like I said, I'm not nobody's doormat. I'm not gonna allow them to continue walking over me. I'm not gonna allow them to continue using me. That's the reason why I have been single. I have not been sleeping with nobody in years. Years, that is. So, for the last person that was trying to come into my life, yeah, he was trying to come into my life, remind you of somebody from the past. Somebody that I knew that I used to be involved with years ago. But thinking they changed, they didn't change. He hadn't changed at all. He still proved to me that he was a boy. Because when you pick up the phone and you call a lady, you call and you talk with her, you keep her entertained, you can say you want to go out to the movies or whatever. You be supportive of something that she got going on. It's always, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't eat this, I do this way. Everything was all about him. I don't want to hear that bullshit. When is it going to ever be about me? You done ran out and you been bought cars and houses and rings and everything for the next bitch, but now all of a sudden that you running back in my face, you think you just gonna run around and think you finna get between these legs and ain't finna help contribute to taking care of me? I don't think so. What's the purpose of you having all the things that you brag upon, but then you can't even be supportive and do nothing for me? It's because you choose not to, and I choose not to be with your ass, so kick rocks, bitch. Kick rocks. I'm done with you. Don't call me no more. Don't text me. Don't send no goddamn messages through your friends trying to get in contact with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, on social media, I blocked you myself. But I know how you do. After 20, 30 years, you still up to the same bullshit that you haven't changed. I don't have time. All communication lost. So going forwards in the future, and I'm not mad because you didn't do what I asked of you to do. All that was a test, and you failed the test. If I send you a message, if I send you a message, and I say I need for you to do me a favor since I'm out of town and everything, or if you want to, you claim you in my life as a friend to help me. Help me with what? Because you damn sure ain't help paying shit for me. You ain't did shit for me. So I was like, okay, well, can you go pay on my light bill, while I'm out of town or whatever. Just put whatever on it, maybe like $100 or something on there, whatever. Or 150, I think I said. And I think I said, and send me 150. If you trying to be my man, or you talking about want to get married to somebody, you can't even take care of the responsibilities of a wife. So what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I look like trying to become your wife. I'm not no little schoolgirl no more. I'm not no little, grade school or teenager and shit no more. I'm 48 years old. And if you ain't got your shit together all these years, 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to tell you. You better go find you a little girl to play with. Go play in their face. Go play in their face, because you ain't finna play in mine. But yeah, had the nerve enough to, wait 2 or 3 days already from when I sent the message or called that I ain't heard them from them. Days that went by at a time. Then you finally decide to respond to a message or call me, and then I actually verbally inform you other than written in the message as to what I was saying. And then you tell me you're going to call me back. You didn't call me back. You know what I'm saying? You was really just playing games trying to avoid that responsibility. So guess what? I was avoiding that responsibility of dealing with a boy. Okay? So dismiss. And that's what I did. I blocked you. Excuse me. Yeah, I blocked you. And first I muted you. Then I blocked you. You know what I'm saying? I don't owe you no explanation. You can't come into my life to be supportive of anything that I got going on. We can't be together. I don't give a damn. And I'm not no materialistic person, to be honest. I'm not no materialistic person. I just feel like all that was a test for him because I wasted so many years of trying to allow him to come back into my life. He called me for 20, 30 years nonstop, y'all. Trying to reach out through other people to get in contact with me and all this and the other. You finally had that opportunity to get in contact with me. And then you claim you were supposed to be. I specifically asked you. I said, what are your intentions with me? What is your intentions? What are you plan on doing? Like, what are you plan on doing? Like, you here to just waste my time again? Ain't happening, Captain. So, and then for you to send me a message back and you say, to be your friend, you know what I'm saying, to help you. Really, you said to help you, not be your friend. You said to help you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm saying to myself, like, help me with what? Because he ain't paid for shit. He ain't offered me shit. You know what I'm saying? Only thing he said was about going to the movies. And the moment I brought up some money of helping, financially or whatever, if I needed it, you know what I'm saying? First thing you talk about is fucking. I'm not trying to fuck nothing so I can get something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I don't have to fuck for anything. I've had nice, generous people to come in my life, you know what I'm saying, and be supportive of me. I didn't have to fuck for anything. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, if I did, best believe they was putting it out. They was putting it down. You understand what I'm saying? Not just intimacy, but they was putting it down financially. If I was going to be fucking somebody, you know what I'm saying, like that. Now, I wasted my years ago, my youth years of fucking around with motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and being young and dumb, not knowing that I should have just been goddamn making sure that I drained some dollars out these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't into that for the money. I was into it for actual love. But they played over me, y'all. They played over me. They sure did. So guess what? Your girl moved on. Your girl moved on. I might still be broke. I may have to be doing a lot of shit on my own. It may take me longer. But I don't have to put up with none of that bullshit nonsense. None whatsoever. But you gonna tell me that, you want somebody that you can just, fuck good. You know what I'm saying? And so you can take care of. I fucked you real good back in the days, and you still didn't never break off shit. You ain't did shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Then the lie that you said, talking about, oh, we gonna go out to the movies, or we gonna go out to eat. You ain't even tried to make effort. You too busy doing everything else. You didn't make me no priority. So, yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with you. I grew up a long time ago. Call me what you wanna. But I ain't finna be no fool for you no more. You done fucked over me one too many times. Damn sure did. I might have to go over the eyebrow a little bit. It look like it's a little thick. But I gave too much of my damn time, you know what I'm saying, into you, and you played over me. And then for me to allow you to come back in my life recently to communicate with me, after all those years, some told me to just answer the phone, just give him a chance, hear him out. I did just that. I listened to him, I heard him out. We started trying to, touch bases from years ago. He was asking questions about, me and my children. My children, like I said, my kids are grown now. But, see, they were children back then. See, they were little kids. Now mine's right at close to 20-some, almost 30 years old. Now, it's like you just now to start having a teenager that's 16 years old. You just finally got you a child. Unless you had something that you weren't claiming. Some that you played over me with and got, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you done help put motherfuckers through school. You done help did shit for other motherfucking women, but you ain't did shit for me. But I'm supposed to be fucking you good, though. Nope, not me. I ain't wasting my time, y'all. Not no more. I just don't have time. I just feel like, like I said, I put him to the test. And he better not try to reach out to me through his goddamn homeboy. But I was saying, like, I just started back communicating with him like a few months ago. Maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So, since we done touched bases and linked up and started back communicating, my birthday was in December last year, December the 12th. Remind you, I had made a post. I made a post about my birthday and stuff. And the night of my birthday, late that night, he could decide to call me. I think he was on the internet looking at some videos that I had on there. Or somebody went back and told him that I was on there and that it was my birthday. Then he calls me and he decides, okay, well, he wanted to take me out to get me something to eat or whatever for my birthday. And that was the following day. All right. So the following day come through, you know what I'm saying? And just so happened, we went, he came by and picked me up. That's right. He came by and picked me up. Mama was with me. She rode with us, you know what I'm saying? So we weren't going out on no date or no shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I have to kind of like, keep an eye on my mama and stuff sometimes. But I could have gave him, just time, just me and him. But it wasn't even on that type of time, you know what I'm talking about? So just so happened, we went, got in the vehicle. We rode up the street from the house. Remind you, he said we was going to go out and get something to eat. He had already eaten before he picked me up. That was one red flag. So I'm like, okay, you already ate. You know what I'm saying? You've been somebody taking me to get something to eat. I'm like, what you going to take me to get something to eat? And we supposed to be, actually going to get something to eat for my birthday. So he was like, he ain't want nothing. He already ate before he left out. I'm like, you know what? I don't want nothing either then. I don't want to go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'll just grab a bite to eat later, you know what I'm saying, and bring it back home or whatever. But we decided to just go walking around, stop at a couple of stores and everything, you know what I'm saying, and just walk and talk a little bit, And that's when I end up getting these earrings, y'all. These two earrings that I had gotten the day after for my birthday, But it's just sad that, you know, you can invest money into all these other women, and you know, the moment a woman say that she pregnant, or she done had, you want to get an abortion, or whatever the case may be, you go cough up this money and give this money, that kind of money to people. And then on top of that, you actually go out and buy cars and houses and rings for other people, like actual rings for other people. I ain't talking about no little cheap ass ring that you had given me. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else? Oh, pay for their education for them about going back to school, more college rather. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like saying to myself, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You treating other motherfuckers and treating them good, but then you throwing little pennies at me. You treating them good, you throwing $100 bills and shit at them, but then you throw pennies at me. But you really was just coming back in my life to try to see who all that I was involved with, so you can try to help ruin that too. I know that's what you come around for. You know, people don't come back around in your life like that unless it's really they have an ulterior motive, and it's to either ruin something that you got going on, find out your business and put it out there to tell everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And pretend to be your friend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Until they, you know, figure out a way to mess your life up. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, like I said, he ain't did shit for me, y'all. He ain't did shit. But it's just the fact that when I ask you to pay $150 on my light bill, that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And you, much as you brag, talking about you got your house and shit paid for, and you got this and you got that, how much you stay stocked up on all your stuff in your house and this and the other. Okay, I understand you got these things, but what's the purpose of bragging about it? And then if you ain't trying to help me get it, what the fuck are you in my face for? Simple as that. So, you know, I had to kind of do the breakdown on it, y'all. I really did. And that's why I just shut things out with that dude, guy. He wasn't trying to do shit for real. He was basically like he was about 30 years ago. 20-some, 30 years ago, to be honest, before I had my children. Well, actually, I think I might have had one of them at the time. I might have given birth to one of them at the time. But either way it go, yeah. He ain't want shit, y'all. He just wanted somebody he could play over. And since he see that he couldn't have nobody he could play over and run through and fuck, you know what I'm saying? You know, he thought he was gonna be the one to be able to give me draws, cause I wouldn't get with no other man and stuff no more throughout these years, and it didn't happen. That's what he really was trying to do. Make a fool of me again. I grew up a long time ago. Long time ago. But yeah, he wanted to make a fool of me. Other people wanted him to make a fool of me. They were right there on the bandwagon with him, cheering him along, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they was more supportive of him at what he had going on, the way he was doing, versus, you know what I'm saying, him being in my life to help me do anything. And the same ones that be right there alone, laughing and talking and cheering him on, like I said, they weren't trying to be supportive to do anything for me, to help me have a life for myself, you know what I'm saying? To help me get out of the hood or get out of the ghetto or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He wasn't studying about trying to better my life. And the ones that had opportunity to better my life, they ain't even trying to better it either. But they want me to use my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? My physical ability, my strength. They want me to use that to help support them, but they're not being supportive of me. Some of the things they could have did, to be honest, some of the things that they could have did instantly could have changed my life. They don't want me to be better than them or any of their favorites. They don't want me to be better than any of the other ones. They want them to always shine and be on top. They want me to be on the bottom, you know what I'm saying, struggling and not having nothing, but yet I'm the one they call upon. So of course I feel some type of way. But I ain't mad. Cause guess what? Karma's a bitch. And what they reap is what they gonna sow. Damn sure will. Oh yeah, I should have asked y'all some. These were some hot tamales, y'all. I knew I love me some hot tamales. Similar to Red Hot. But you can use me and break me down with my services and me using all my strength. You can help change my life financially to put me in a better situation. And you try to continue using me and make a fool of me while you fattening in everybody else's pocket and ain't studying about me. I don't work like that. Baby got to do it and get gone. I think I might just, I think I probably do this. Let me see. I may have to just, cause like I see like a little piece of hair. I may have to use the eyebrow arch, y'all. And then with me changing my life, I don't do, drugs and shit anymore. I don't smoke no weed. I don't do no coke. I don't do none of that shit. I rarely even drink. Every blue moon, I might get me a beer. But I laid off all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to better myself and been better myself. This been some years now, y'all. And they still don't have faith or believe in me. They listen to what everybody else say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just let them do them. I'm gonna just continue to listen to everybody else and see if everybody else gonna be the one to be there, which they haven't, because she always call upon me, for example, with one person I know for sure. Like I said, if you go to any of these companies out here in the streets, you go to any of these companies and you need services. You go to any of these companies and you need some services of taking care of somebody, being their caretaker or companion or whatever the case may be. Those people are getting paid a couple of dollars to do their job. You know what I'm saying? I am a certified, caregiver. And with me being certified, I haven't worked in no facility in a long time or for nobody else's company. This was just something that I, since I went and got certified, I can go to any state, and help out if I choose to. But I'm deciding to come here because my brother needed me, to be supportive of him, and they gave him 2 days to 2 weeks to live. So with that being said, I've been here to be supportive. But I feel like, I'm still in a situation where I feel like people such as family members, friends, associates, or whoever you want to call. I ain't going to say friends because, I really had those. So I'm going to say acquaintances, associates, or whatever. They still be trying to take advantage of me. Even men, you want to try to take advantage of me. They take advantage of my kindness. So I have to, stop being so nice. And it's like they want me to be that bitch. So when I be that bitch, don't complain. When I be that bitch, don't complain. Because all while I was treating you nice, you tried to run all over me. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that I had to change my ways. You know what I'm saying? I had to change my ways a long time ago. And it seems like they still try to bring that person back out of me that I used to be. But I'm not. I'm not going to let them have that much energy, you know what I'm saying, over me. I'm not going to give them that much energy. But long story short, y'all, I was trying to do my little makeup. How it look, y'all? I ain't put my little wig on. But how it look? I just wanted to put me some lipstick and stuff on anyway. Damn, my face is like it getting fat again. I've been eating too much. Probably need to weigh myself. Last time I weighed myself, I was weighing like 180. Was it 181, like 182, something like that. I think it was 182. But I'm gonna have to try to drop some more pounds because I can't let this weight sneak back up on me, y'all. I dealt with too much with that weight. And, having cardiovascular problems and all that kind of shit. I ain't finna be trying to go through that shit no more. But I'm not finna waste my time on some of these goddamn boys. I want a full-grown man, if anything. And sometimes, ladies, we got to be careful because some of these so-called grown men, you know what I'm saying, they switch up on you too. You know what I'm saying? That's when they want to go and start juggling multiple women and all that. I done been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? Them days for me are over. They are over. So I don't know about dating again because with this time in life, they play too much games and there's too much going on every day. People losing their lives, and you know what I'm saying. If it take me to just get the things that I need by myself, and it takes things for me to get, it takes time for me to get the things that I need or want. You know what I'm saying? Because having to pay for everything on my own with no support, no help, then I think I'll just go through that. I'll just go through that. Or being single, taking a long time for me to get the things I need accomplished financially. Because I refuse to let any man mistreat me like that no more, abuse me or any such. And I damn sure will not allow no woman, such as like family members, you know what I'm saying, to mistreat me either. I'm not going through that no more. My life has been changed, y'all. So anyway, as I was saying, hopefully y'all got a good little view of this little makeup that I was putting on. But I was gonna put me a little eyelashes on, or maybe some eyeshadow. But I know I took a long time in this video, but y'all, this will be something that I probably post for YouTube. Also maybe I might post it on IG, Facebook, but I know definitely YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I finish doing, actually I'm gonna get ready to probably do another video, and I'm gonna probably just start working on my eyeshadow and just go from there. But in the meantime, thank you for watching.